Hello again, welcome back to another daily Binding of Isaac Repentance. It is still March 6th, 2023. Just finished a daily. I adjusted the volume some more too. There we go. We got some stuff going on now. See it here is NPKJV7PA. Our tiers is great, damage is horrible. But yeah, I adjusted. Oh, we got. Wait, what? You know how long it's been since I got wait what? Like, probably well over a year. Like, not even kidding. Because, like, you had to keep switching it or something. I don't know if they changed something where it's like, you can't keep switching it until you get the item deal anymore. I think. I keep getting, like, the farting bean or whatever thing. Not this other one. So this is going to be a little bit more useful. Thank goodness. And we start off with the key too. Blue key. It's funny because I had the blue key last run. Anyways, about the audio thing, I increased the volume on it a little bit because it didn't sound like there's much coming out of there. So hopefully this video is a little better. I'll see what it looks like afterwards, how it sounds. So I'm trying to go back to the old audio system that I was using to record this, so it'll sync better. I'm gonna just take this. Just to take it. That's probably going to be pretty helpful here until I get a good damage up. Oh my god, a whole heart out of that or something, or a half a heart? Oh my lord! I am not up my game today. Adrenaline, is that all? Bye. No, that's not good enough. I was talking to somebody about fast food earlier. About, like, people's addictions to it and stuff like that. It's a finical thing. It's a finicky thing, I guess. Finical, is that even a word? I don't think it is. Let's try it. Oh, I thought it'd destroy the machine or roll it or something. Unless I wasn't in the range. Champion Ragman. I was talking about that a couple runs ago. It's like, thank goodness it's not Champion Ragman. Oops. What? It didn't do anything? Frick you. Yep, I took a lot of bad damage. That's what I do. Box. I guess we could just take the key with us, right? The gilded key or whatever. Golden key. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I just thought at the split seconds, like, that's not a good idea. Shit. I might die. I'm not trying to. Honestly, I'm just trying to sabotage the run so you lose your streak. I'm just gonna bomb this. And create spiders. Hooray. Haha. Awesome. Really? Like, okay, just do this then. Try. Oh my god! Just all kinds of chaos. Batteries I can't really use. Okay, well, you know. Shrimple's that. I'm just not gonna take the risk and getting myself farted on by a mushroom. Luck up? I don't know about that. I just don't know about that. I really don't. Just not worth it. Oh, but there's a curse room. Eventually, I'm going to figure out the range of this thing. With the very limited times I get this space bar. Oh, baby. It's been warming up, too. It's been real nice. Birds are chirping. I haven't seen any bugs yet. I think they're probably crawling out and doing something somewhere. No skeeters yet. No mosquitoes. Mosquitoes. I'm just not gonna deal with you guys too much here. I'm just gonna thread the needle. Alright, and we're just gonna generate spiders at the top of this little maze of crap. Going for angel deals, by the way. Not gonna go for a devil deal on this floor. Unless I'm gonna be tempting myself to do it, but I'm not. Oh, crap. Just... I don't need a larynx. Who needs a larynx anyways? I don't need to speak. Holy crap, you see that fly? Taking all the punches from me. Oh fuck, I got my... I was trying to put the thing down in hopes for him to blow it up, but I got myself cornered instead. But there goes the streak. Here's the seed here, 247N WT 3D. Well, there we go. Oh, and here we go. Tears is worse, but damage is better. That's always comforting. I got that one item you get hurt and you get flies spawn kind of junk. I don't need that. Yum Heart's gonna actually do far better for me too than that tier detonator. But yeah, I was talking to fast food about somebody. Like my hometown was talking about wanting to bring a restaurant back. It's been gone for about a couple decades. And it's like not like a mom and pop restaurant. It was a franchise thing and a fairly big franchise thing. And it's been out of business for about 20 years, right? And someone was putting a petition out yesterday about, well, a change.org petition about bringing this restaurant back to town. I'm like, what? 77 signatures. Of course, the petition's not going to bring the restaurant back in town. There's a whole variety of factors you have to take into. Like, if you're going to be the franchise, like, you know, be part of a franchise owner for the local area, for one. Two, if you got enough capital to bring that stuff, you know, to, create enough capital, I mean, to be the franchise owner, to have it constructed, hired employees, get a bunch of equipment, bunch of food and everything else to start it up again. And also seeing if it's viable for the area to make a profit and keep it functional, amongst other things. And it's like, instead, it's like, it's a petition to bring it back. It was trying to, like, you know, do this persuasive, like, well, kind of half-assed persuasion thing about, like, oh yeah, do you remember you want to eat somewhere or whatever? It's just kind of like leading you on. It's like, oh, you remember the biscuits? You remember the steaks and stuff like that? It's just been like 20 years since the restaurant just completely pulled out of the area. And it's like trying to put a petition, and it doesn't illustrate like how this petition would bring this restaurant back in the area. And a petition is not going to really do that. 77 signatures. I mean, is the president going to be like, president of the United States is going to be like, oh, I seen that petition. We're gonna fund tax dollars to bring that into this particular town? No. Or some politician or something. Like, no. Like, there's a lot like, oh, I better not take blue key. I don't want that. I do not want that. Yeah, I can get access to rooms, but I don't want to be fighting hush enemies in between it. I don't know, it's... Sometimes people don't have a grasp of how that kind of stuff works, and it's like a petition's gonna fix it. No, not really. In fact, there was a thing I remember reading about that probably 99% of the petitions are some very high rates of how many they get published. Almost never gets, like, you know, used for, like, making changes. It's just, most of them just get tossed out anyways. So, I mean, it's just essentially pointless. Especially with something like this, with the restaurant stuff. It's like... I mean, the question is, like, who are you petitioning this to? Are you trying to petition the person who, or people that owns... Oh, that's a super secret rock right there. Are you trying to petition to the franchise, like, owner? Like somebody who... Or not a franchise owner, but like a... the owner, like a head honchos at this restaurant to see this petition and be like, okay, let's do it. I mean, there's no direct way of sending it to anybody. There's no indication of that. And even if you do something like that, it's like, they're not going to do it. Just not much of a demand like it used to be. I mean, there's a reason why it pulled out of the area, you know, some 20 years ago. You know, another thing, too, like, they also had a similar thing that happened with another restaurant. Big franchise, of course, Papa John's. And Papa John's was in the town for a good few years, or less than that. And it just didn't, it wasn't viable. I think because not too many people can afford the pizzas there, and just a bunch of economic factors. And they had to pull out of the area. And then it was like somebody that was really wanting to keep that place there was talking about, we should go there on the last day. This is like kind of their thing they were saying, basically, was we should go there the day of the closing, and we all as a community come there to buy up to pay a bunch of money to buy a bunch of food to eat there, so the company can consider the staying there, or whatever the deal was, how the whole thing goes. I'm like, and of course, you know, that didn't work. They pulled out anyways, because that's the whole plan. The last day is the last day, and before they just pull out of the area completely. 2 spades. That gives me keys. Damn. Unless I get like a box or something out of the boss fight, or some bomb item. I don't think I'm going to get that super tenor rock. More likely a small rock, which I desperately need. But it's just like, people just don't have a clue at times, right? I know, lots of devil deal. Lol. Top 10 worst betrayals of all time. I mean, it just won't... Food items not even gonna help. I guess there's only one last thing. Nope. Okay, never mind. It's just... That'd been funny if it gave me a bomb right there. It's like, oh, by the way, here you go. You ask and you receive. I don't know, it's just... Like, I personally ate at this restaurant that was there some 20 years ago. There's nothing special about it. The yogurt, well, the so-called ice cream didn't even taste like ice cream. I think it was just some kind of a very crappy yogurt that wasn't even tasty. The toppings wasn't tasty. The buns they were talking about wasn't really that tasty either. It didn't really taste like buns. It was just very cheap, crappy food. But we ate there because it was a cheap restaurant at the time, and it was a buffet more like, but... I never had the steaks there, but I'm pretty sure it'd probably be just as bad. Well, we gotta make the change. Or, you know, you can eat a better quality restaurant outside of town if you can afford it. But I think deep down, it's these cheap places that people can't, that they could only afford to go there, that it's so good, that they assume it's good, that they believe in their heart that it's good, that they feel like that's like the only viable option to getting something as good quality as they can afford. And they probably don't want to leave the area, either with economic reasons, like not having a vehicle or whatever the deal is, or not wanting to travel too far. Like, I mean, I ate at a restaurant, what was it, back in November, December or something like that, maybe shortly before that. Local restaurant, it's a local franchisee, so it was like, not as big as like anything else. Like, I think it's only just that one restaurant. I mean, it might be like a local business thing. And they were trying to be proud about having this, oh, it's a type of meat or something. I forgot what it's called. It was terrible. But they were trying to be proud of it, and it's like... I mean, one, the food didn't taste right. I mean, two, I feel like it's not a great quality cut of meat either. I mean, just a number of things. And three, I feel like they cooked it in a microwave, because that's what it tasted like. It was really bad. But they were trying to proud themselves that they cooked this. They made this fresh and all that. It's absolutely terrible. But this is a restaurant that it's local in the area, and it's not that great. I've been to restaurants that are like, you know, small town restaurant thing. There's no franchise or anything too in the town, and they do a better job than these guys with their food. So it's just, you know, sometimes it's a toss-up, right? You gotta just eat and see if it's good or not, you know, test the waters, so to speak. Now, if you got like a severe food allergy, you probably want to do some serious research to make sure they know what they're talking about. I've been in a restaurant where they had no clue what gluten is and gluten-free and everything, so I just never even ate pizza there, period. Because I don't want to take the risk. I'm not saying that they're ignorant or anything, it's just... They just don't have a clue, really, how that stuff works. And if I try to explain it in simpler terms, even if doing that, there's still kind of a risk, because it's like, they want to know if there's anything going on, or the cooks. The chances are, with a business like that. So it's just, you know, something I don't want to dabble the risks in so much. I'm gonna just do that. Maybe do that again. Maybe again. Just to give me some hearts and something to retain my devil deal chances or something here, for God's sake. add to my survivability. But I'm not blaming them for it. Like, some people just, businesses like that, small town businesses, they don't have, like, the knowledge and stuff to know what this is and that. Because, like, typically it's like, you know, I used to eat gluten all the time. And, you know, people used to be back in the day, there was hardly any gluten-free options for stuff being cooked. And for a small town especially, they're not going to care about, like, if it's gluten-free or not. You know, here's a ribeye. Not a ribeye, but a tenderloin or something. It's all breaded about as big as your head or something. But no, they're not gonna care if it's gluten-free. Oh my goodness gracious. I am not taking that evil thing. It's been a while since I've seen that damn thing too. Nuh-uh. I'm not taking that. I'm staying the hell away from that thing. That thing spells trouble. They talk about Isaac players who avoid items. I think universally we all avoid that, except for, like, you want to do something wacky, you go for that, but I'm not doing any wackiness right now. I'm trying to survive. Please don't screw me. Oh, that's good. Some Isaac players won't take that syringe item because they feel like it make it worse. It can. It's all a toss-up. I'm already, like, at a point now where it's like tears rate's not been increasing so much, so I gotta have to gamble. Took my red heart away too, that's cool. No, I don't think petitions would be a solution to fixing that. It's, you want to be a franchisee to take the risk, you can go ahead, but you're gonna have to do a lot of math and have some basic background and stuff to consider that this is gonna be viable or not. You can't just go in there blindly and using your own loan money and whatever else to establish something that may not even work. You just can't go in there blindly. Now, I'm not a business owner or anything like that, but I at least know some of that kind of stuff. Not everything, but some of it. Alright, we got a way out in case something happens to us. Yippee. I mean, say hypothetically they bring the restaurant back, right? It's like, okay, the petition worked somehow. Just miraculously it worked. It's like... they still have to compete with a bunch of other restaurants in town that serve cheap food. Especially some of the buffets are still in town. They don't talk about the Asian family buffet that's still in town. Or American buffet. I don't know, is it Asian or American buffet? They don't talk about that. They don't talk about these other restaurants, these other barbecue joints, a bunch of them. Bunch of fast food joints. No, it's just like a sit down, you know, cheap, you know, buffet restaurant that you know as much as you want within a small price. Then it's like, yeah, you have to compete with the businesses there. You gotta make just enough money to pay more than likely the rent. Because the rent's outrageous when it comes to renting commercial buildings, depending on where you're from and where you're at. But everywhere in general, it seems like renting a building for commercial purposes is just expensive in general. Unless you build your own building, which is exactly what my hometown did with a lot of businesses. They saved up money to build their own building instead of renting because the outrageous costs of rent anymore. I mean, it's been like that for decades. In that town. A couple decades, at least. There was one business, one pizzeria or something, I used to order from. Had their own small building, or at least in a small building or something like that. And then, I don't know if they owned it or leased it, but it was pretty cheap, I suppose, because it's not in a high, busy traffic area and it's not costing them out the butt. They tried expanding their business into like a sit-down restaurant, cut off, you know, deliveries and everything else. And it didn't last long. And it turned out the cost of renting there was freaking ridiculous. Like tens of thousands of dollars a month. Just for this one part of area. And this is a small town too, by the way. This is not like New York or something. This is like small town. And like New York City is what I mean. Or San Francisco or something, nothing like that. But it's still outrageously expensive for this part of town. And then they kind of quickly folded, and then they kind of got back together and with downsizing again, and now they're making fixes of their old place once more. And it's just, you know, it's just, it sucks. And so you have to deal with like the cost of keeping pay the rent for the building and amongst other things. It's a very shitty task. You know, cost of everything's going up. And they got to get enough of a customer base, and then they have to find a price that's going to be right, so that way they can pay the bills, pay their employees, pay for any equipment that may break down, pay for the food. You know, there's a lot of cost factor involved. And then you have to pay off the loan that you need starting capital for. It's a big headache. Unless you're really used to it, you know what you're doing. But for my hometown, there's a lot less of knowing what to do and more like, I want it. I don't care how we get it. I just want it kind of mentality. There's nobody that's going to step up and do it. It's just like, do it for me kind of mentality. And that's what I kind of see with this this petition. It's like, someone else do it for me. I don't care about researching how much you have to get involved with these kind of things. Just do it anyways. And that I don't want to learn how to do it if I'm really wanting to do it. Got here. No. Or some other kind of mental gymnastics, I don't know. And it's not anywhere. I figured it probably wouldn't be around here. Should have popped it elsewhere. Oh, whatever. Nothing in here, okay. I don't know, it's just... It's a weird thing, right? I mean, I've seen weird petitions before over the years. This one's, you know, part of that kind of weird category of things. You know what make the food even better is cooking it yourself and with great ingredients. Better quality ingredients. But no, I think it just kind of falls back on this, like... Check this out. See that? Instead of taking the item, when you're holding the item in your hand like that, a passive, you can pop the, Black Ruin or Void or whatever. Or the fly-sucking thing. And get the stats. I jerry-rigged the system. Now, backstab probably wouldn't have been bad to have, but I needed stats instead. My God, I just kept getting hit. This is not looking great. These... I'm not getting much of tears. Health is hemorrhaging pretty hard. But if I turn the blue baby, it's gonna fix some things. Tears rate and stuff. Balance things out. Health will be lower, of course, but no more red hearts. But the devil deals, though, be a far cheaper. I don't know. I think part of this petition kind of thing I see, too, is this idea of instant gratification. You know, kind of like instant demand for food. How we're heading to things. It's like people are ordering out rather than going out to eat. I mean, not only with economic factors, but also like people are just becoming, you know, less wanting to go out to eat. You know, I mean, we're becoming a kind of more of a lazier society of wanting to go out and do something. It's more in lines of like, well, I got Uber Eats, or I got Grubhub. Case in point, my hometown has Grubhub, so they're utilizing that a lot more now. Before, it used to not even be a thing in town, not too long ago. But it's like, it's that kind of sense of things where things are just kind of heading that direction of just laziness. As things are becoming easier, the things are just, so is the increase of laziness and stuff. More reliant on eating stuff like that too. It's like, oh, I could like go out to eat or go out and get groceries, but I could just order food at a restaurant I don't want to sit down at and have it delivered to my door. Oh, thank God. Tears up.
Range down. Infested. A full health.
Okay, health.
Makes you
Pretty good.
something's wrong.
You know what? That was a pretty good golden pill, too. 2 health ups, thank God. No tears down. We're not completely out of the woods, but this is a pretty good start here. This floor. I'm not saying like everybody's lazy or whatever using it or anything like that. I'm just saying it encourages that kind of behavior by utilizing this opportunity to access it in the area or something. And it increases the likelihood for certain people. Now, I've used Uber Eats, not Uber Eats. I never actually used it before, but I've never used. But yeah, I never used Uber Eats, but I've used Grubhub once in my life, and that was because it's a free promotion thing for a pizza place. I'm like, okay, I'll try it once. I tried grocery delivery once too, which was just super expensive with delivery. So I'm like, nope, I'm better off just walking to the store. And it's far cheaper in the end with things. And I'm getting my shit kicked right now. Cool. Yeah. So it's, I don't know. It kind of leads to, you know, more of a likelihood of people falling into that kind of trap. Is what I'm saying. Not everybody, but there's people that could be falling and utilizing that more often than not. So yeah, I think it's part of instant gratification with this person that wants this kind of petition, and then we'll definitely take that. I need that damage. Not good enough, game. Not good. Well, yeah. But not good enough, game. Sure, that might actually help me a little better if I get a bunch of red hearts. Or whatever. It's gonna curb the damage issue temporarily. Now, of course, when you're kind of stuck into that mindset of eating out all the time like that, yeah, it's hard to break out of that habit. I'll say that. I used to eat like junk all the time too. It takes a while to get used to cooking for yourself and then like properly, and then you know, try to stay away from the other junk because it's so highly addictive too, as is. Oh, I want a bomb to get in there too. I want to get that thing. Damn. Oh, there's a key to get there. All right. Or do I want this? I think I'm going to try to grab this. That might be worth it. Ah, it's range. I mean, I probably do need a little bit of that, I suppose. Sure making a big fuss over a petition. Wow, it's... I'm kind of expanding on it with talking about it, I suppose. It's just... interesting how the mind works with people. It's what I'm trying to get at with it, I guess. I mean, how do you reverse those trends? Kind of issues, you know, like kind of decline and things like that. Well, as a community, that's, you know, that's difficult to change people's lifestyles like that, you know, overnight. I mean, there's no way you can really do it overnight. It's just small incremental changes, you know, I guess probably advise people, some PSAs. I don't know. Try to encourage them to eat healthy somehow? I don't know. But then we're talking about doing that, you know, plus like a bunch of other people that are also have a similar issue. I mean, 77 people that sign a petition to bring a restaurant back like that. That's just from the area too. It's not like, oh, bring them back in general from like all over the US or something. No, just one town. Speaks volumes of what's happening. Thank you for the black heart, my dude. I mean, education would be a big one, right? But then, even with education, they have to go along with like, okay, is this worth for me to give up junk food? You know, sacrifice my, you know, sacrifice my, my tasty food. I fucked up there again. Is it worth it to sacrifice never eating this fast food as much as I used to? Not never, but like significantly reduce my intake of fast food in order to be healthy and eat bland stuff? Or do I want to just keep up with the trend with eating junk? God, these rooms are so terrible, by the way. So nasty. I'm gonna do it because of that. And I found my heart. Not heart, my whatevers. I mean, there's a lot of just billions and trillions of things, right? Combinations of reasoning and stuff like that, of why people do the way they do things. All right, let's see here. How are we going to do this? I guess we go through this way. There's Box. I was just talking about Box. This guy is just absolute ass. Okay, just Get out of my way. Just very tanky enemies, by the way. Fuck you. Eat this. Fuck. I might die. That's not okay. Because I got car battery in this thing. Fuck. That's what you get for the McDonald's talk. No, there wasn't petitioning for McDonald's. They still have like 2 McDonald's. Oh, let's see. Go to the machine instead, maybe? Yeah, I think that's going to be a best bet here. And it's that key again. Ace of Hearts, huh? Well, we could convert a bunch of these enemies. That spawn from Mother. Should she not be a red Mother? Alright, this room just ass too. And hopefully we don't get hit so we can get another red heart, right? And heal afterwards. Okay, regular Mother. Alright, a little bit of survivability. Just don't get hit. For God's sake. I got hit. So there's goes that extra heart. Shit happens, you know. Hopefully we preserves our devil deal. It is 18%. Oh, just kidding. I fucked that up too. Oh, this might be the end of things. I like how the quality of my runs have been dropping since getting back. Oh my god. Don't let me die. I got this far already. Let me live another day. Let me kiss that sunlight once more. Let me walk on that beautiful beach. Let me stare in that sunset. Oh my god! Oh, fix my tears a little bit. Here's your back at 18% chance. Oh fuck, I am screwed. Yeah, this spacebar item's officially pointless. Unless I get Laz Rags somehow. Oh my god. I am fucked. I'm not trying to sabotage this run, it's just... I'm losing a bit of my morale. Like, we had some good stats from some of these items and stuff. It's just, it's not enough. Health-wise, too, like, I guess I could have not been cute and taken that one item out of the devil pool and suck it up for potential stats. Because we didn't really get tears up from that. Could have got an extra 3 hearts. Could have gone for angel deals like I said I was going to do, and I didn't. Okay. Whatever. Like... I tried, at least. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.